Hi guys, just a quick video here to show you how to do a handbrake / e-brake adjustment on an Sn95 Mustang. The car that we're using at the moment is actually a 98 Cobra, so there will be some differences. I know with the center console here, for example, I know there are some differences, and not everybody has a cigarette lighter / power adapter in the back here. Some of them are actually in the middle, I know, but it's the same principle regardless, so let's get to it. You can do this with a few basic hand tools. You will need a Torx 20, and you will need a basic socket set along with a few screwdrivers as well. Make things a little bit easier for you if this is the first time. So, hope you enjoy. First thing you're going to want to do is take the shift knob off the top. So, nice and simple. You just twist it to the left until it comes off. There we go, and we're removed. So, next step I go to is pull the gaiter off the top of the shift knob as well, and move it, the shifter handle, and get it out of the way. You can then start pulling up on between the leather and the plastic bezel on the outside there to remove the shifter bezel. Just follow it around the outside. Just make sure you pop all the clips off, and it comes off relatively easily. If you can't tell by the accent, by the way, I'm actually English. The car is based in England as well, so if you don't understand something that I've said on this tutorial, just let me know in the comment section and I will get back to it and I will show you exactly what you need to do. So next steps are removing your cigarette lighter adapter, which are just two pop-on clips. One of them is a circular that fits in the base, and the other one is a push-on clip. Nice and easy to get back, and obviously you can't mix those around again when you come to reassemble. Okay, so that's that to one side. Next bit we've got here is the Torx 20 bits. Now you can actually use, I think it's a 6mm or a 7mm socket to get these off as well, if you don't have a Torx 20. It doesn't need to be a security bit. Mine actually is, so I can use that. Well, let me just go ahead and start taking that off. There we go. There we go. There we go, there's one. And there is two. This is one of the rare days that we actually get some sun in England, so I apologise in advance if you can't see what I'm doing with this. Like I say, it is quite simple, quite straightforward, but if you do get stuck, which can happen, just let me know in the comments. So next step is to remove the center console glove compartment here. So you've got these two rubber bungs at the front here. I do realise that some of you guys have a cup holder that pops out from the centre. Mine does not have that. If yours doesn't have that, I don't know whether this will be applicable or not, but it's worth having a look and see. But you want to take these bungs out here. There's little rubber bits. I've actually broken one of my clips doing this before. You have to be careful when you're putting it back together. You can't over tighten it. This one on this side is the only one holding mine in, but yours will have both of them. Okay, so that just pops right out. Then just put your thumb on the inside of here and your fingers on the outside and just lift up and then just give it a pull. It is secured in with some clips, but they do pop off and they don't damage anything, should you be a little worried about that. The next step will be these two screw holes that we've got at the bottom here. These are also Torx bits, similar to the ones at the front. So you'll need your Torx 20, which I'll just get put together now. There we go. You will need an extension on this as well. I'm using a ratchet. You can use a small breaker if you want to. I've seen some of them where you do need to use a breaker. I don't know whether they've been used before, or they've been tightened up a little too tight or whatever, but yeah, I've actually broken a small cheap ratchet trying to get one of these off in the past with my other Sn95, so yeah, just be careful with that. I'll also tell you a little bit about a precaution as well, just while I'm undoing this. You see the damage that I have here to my leather e-brake handle. I know how much these are to replace. I know because I've damaged mine, and it irritates the hell out of me that it's there and the damage is there. But yeah, yeah, you need to be careful with that, guys. I'm not going to be careful with it now because it's already damaged, but put some put an old cloth around it, put a rag around it, anything that will protect it when you're lifting it out, because it can damage it. So we've got the one screw out just there. We just need to get this one taken out from here. I also apologise for the camera angles. I'm doing this on my own at the moment. You don't really need a buddy to do it, but I'd say you probably will do if you're making a YouTube video. Okay, now that bit's taken out as well. So this is the point where you will need to put a rag around your e-brake handle, and you'll also want to lift it as high up as it will go, just to get the clearance that you will need. The next thing you will need to do is lift it from the front bit backwards. So you'll want this bit to point up here. Reason being is because it won't clear the e-brake handle otherwise. You will need to do it this way. What I usually do is I usually push it back a little bit, just like that, lift it up. Just gonna put this in here so you can see what I'm doing. So if you get both hands around the outside here, you want to lift up from the back as well, pull it all the way back as far as you can go, and then pull it apart either side once that is clear, because you don't want to damage your dash, guys. To lift the e-brake handle a little further up there just to get the clearance, as I say, and then the console just lifts right out. What you'll also need to be careful of at this point, when you get it to this stage, is all the connections that are under here. So for example, I have the fog light switch, I also have the center console cigarette adapter that needs to come out, so this will be a good time to take those out. I usually do it a little bit sooner than then, but just trying to make a quick video for you guys. There is actually a small block connector in here which will remove everything, which will be this one right here. It's the larger of the ones that's there. If you pull this one out, just like so, you'll then be able to lift this free. Let me just pop this back here for a moment while I do this, because I do need both hands for it. Okay, so that is now out of the way. Just get the window open here, we're getting a little warm. Okay, now that's out of the way, put your e-brake back down. Make sure you've got it either chocked or in gear, or both, just to stop you from rolling backwards when you do this, guys. I just don't want any damage. Yeah, some Sn95s were actually recalled due to the adjusting handbrake mechanism being very, very poor. Now, what you'll need to do with this bit, which I don't have at the moment, surprisingly, is a 6mm socket to take this nut off just here, this bolt just here. Once that is taken off, you'll see this plate. This plate, if you look here, is designed to stop this arm moving. This is the automatic adjuster on the earlier Sn95s. if you have this plate in it, all you need to do is unscrew this and then it pops straight off. And then we'll get back to the second video, which will show you how to actually adjust this handbrake. I hope you enjoyed this video in how to remove your center console. We'll look at part 2 in a couple of moments.